Hello, welcome to another edition of CropLife Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj, editor of CropLife and CropLife Iron magazines, here again with Laura Sowinski. Laura, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great.
That's
Doing
good. Looks like a nice sunny day there in Texas. I know here in Ohio we were waking up to snow this morning. So,
yeah. It's we got the little bit of that Arctic blast that's moving across the country, but we're at the tail end of it, so it's going to be in the upper 50s today, which very cold by my standards, but nice. It's nice
I
out.
was going to say, given our highs the last few days here in Ohio, we would easily trade places with you and take a couple of those upper 50s. So. But yeah, again, it's now November, and hey, it's the old joke about being in Ohio in general. If you don't like the weather, stick around for a day or two, and it'll all be different. So that is definitely the case. Because yeah, Halloweening the other night was very nice, and then the cold front moved through overnight, and now there's snow. So, but at least it covered up the leaves. I was happy about that.
Yeah, I think the cold snap put a damper on the kids being out and about, which I could understand it. So I'm thinking, plus it was, what was it, a Tuesday evening for Halloween, which
Yeah.
is always kind of it. So next few years, will be better and better.
Well, hey, as we dive into this week's retail week, I remember last week I felt terrible because I was sharing nothing but bad news with our viewers. So, as luck would have it, this week I found all very positive news stories.
Wow.
So I will start out when it comes to ag technology. Now I know we had a meeting in Chicago about a week ago with our folks for the magazine, our advisory board, and ag technology was talked about very much. Everybody was talking about drone usage and AI, and of course, autonomous vehicles. The consensus seemed to be that autonomous vehicles are kind of cool. Everybody likes what they can do, very fascinated by the prospects moving forward, but that adoption might take a couple of years yet before we see it go widespread. But that's not stopping our friends at Mississippi State University. On October 26th, they officially announced they're opening the Agricultural Autonomy Institute, the nation's first and only research center focused on autonomous technologies to enhance agriculture and farming. So that will be going on here. They had Alex Thompson, or Thomason, excuse me, who's the institute director, said autonomous systems multiply the productivity of a single farm worker such that they can oversee multiple machines and operations simultaneously. Overall, the goal of the institute is economic development. So they're looking to help expand the usage and bring in more companies, entrepreneurs to get involved in autonomous vehicles for agriculture. And again, that is open as of the end of October. So kudos to our friends at Mississippi State University for being the first to jump on board with that educational venue. So
That's great. That's a good news item. I think we should connect with them on crop life side as they get a little further down the road, see what they're doing, see what's happening there.
I
That's
think
good
I
news.
think that sounds great. Yeah, maybe do an interview here, catch up with those folks. So if Mississippi State watching our video, expect a call from Laura or myself, and we'll be looking to get you on an upcoming episode of Retail Week.
That's good. Well, I
Yeah,
think maybe you and I were on the same wavelength because I was looking for some positive news this week as well. So I have a couple news items.
well, wait, before you go,
Oh, I'm
I have
sorry.
one
Right.
more to share if you
Oh,
don't
by
mind,
all means. No,
and then
yeah.
I'll dive to you, and you can share good. We'll just have this. This will all be rainbows and unicorns. I mean, we got lots of good
It's about
stuff.
time.
So for me, the other thing I found was interesting. Again, a lot of people in our council meeting mentioned the fact global food security and how much concern there is that in that on that front, given that we've seen wars in the Ukraine and now in the Middle East, the there's worry that folks won't be as food secure as they should be or have been in recent years. But I'm pleased to report, according to USDA, this was through their International Food Security Assessment Model. And they were looking at 83 low and middle income countries around the globe to gauge how food security or how food secure the populations of those places are. According to the model, in 2023, almost 229 million fewer people are estimated to be food insecure compared with 2022, and that is a decrease of 16.8% from that time. They credit the improvement in annual income in these countries, up 3.7% from 2022 to 2023, and also a decline in the price of vegetable oils, which I guess contribute significantly to the diets in a lot of these countries that their model tracks. So again, very, very good news. Food security is on the rise in 2023.
That's great. That's great. And I know it's not our core area of coverage. However, our other um, brands in the Meister Media portfolio that focus on controlled environment ag, I think that too is another thing. In fact, I didn't pull that news story for us to read it only because it's not as applicable for our audience. But I saw something this last week in the news that they were going to put a greenhouse or vertical farming facility inside a women's prison.
Mm.
Um, you know, I mean, obviously the headline caught my eye, but it was like, wow, this is great. It was not only a kind of training thing and whatever, but it's just great. I mean, when you think about just vertical farming and controlled environment ag, that alone, what possibilities that opens up. So that's great. That's super good news. I like it.
Yeah. So, hey, you said you had some good news items to share as well. So I will let you take it away from here.
I do. Thank you. So Sarah Zimmerman, reporting for Agriculture Dive. This news came out this week on October 30th that China has signed a sizable purchase agreement for U.S. farm goods. The formal signing was the first since 2017. U.S. Department of Ag reported sales of 126,000 metric tons of soybeans, approximately 277.8 million pounds, to China on October 25th, the day after this agreement was signed between China and the U.S. And it's notable in part as well because over the past few years, China has shifted its imports away from the U.S. to Brazil, with soybean purchases from Brazil reaching an all-time high in this year's the first half of this year. So we're looking for China to make additional purchases from the U.S. in the coming months as harvest enters full swing. U.S. soybean prices are becoming more competitive with Brazil. Sales are tending to soar between October and January, according to the forecast from S&P Global Commodity Insights. So that's good news. The other item that that stood out for me this week, and this is Madison McMahon reporting for the Minnesota Reformer.com. And the state of Minnesota is working with the Biden administration and the DOJ on legislation to boost antitrust enforcement. A lawyer with the Department of Justice met with lawyers from the Minnesota Farmers Union, which advocates against monopolies and corporate control in the ag sector. One of the items that they're considering is legislation which would create an abuse of dominance standard. In other words, establish a legal definition for market dominance based on market share or ability to control prices. according to this article, this was somewhat fueled by consolidation in the meat and poultry sector, where 3 or 4 companies control the market, and they all subscribe to certain reporting and reports where it makes it easier for them to, frankly, fix prices, not only for the product, but even like for wages and such. So I know, we talk about, and I'm not saying good or bad or whatever, but, clearly there's been a lot of consolidation in the ag space. So I think this is just an effort to make sure that it doesn't get to the point, like it says, where it's price fixing. So, kind of caught my eye as well. So, I don't know. Is that good news? Do I quite? At
You
least the
know,
China ag purchase story was good. What do you think?
well, I was going to say, I think they both were because I know one of the things that I've been digging through all the data for our CropLife 100 in anticipation of our December issue, which is going to be the 40th anniversary of the CropLife 100 rankings. And I know consolidation has been historically a concern among ag retailers at the supplier and grower level. And again, it finished in the top 5 of concerns for 2023 as well. So again, the state like Minnesota taking a proactive approach to that. It'll be interesting to see if other states maybe, as this legislation moves through the pipeline, if they follow along as well. I'm sure that ag retailers will applaud that. So.
Yep, yep. So good. Wow.
All right.
We're just full of what did he say? Rainbows and unicorns.
And I only said that because I know last night when I was out with my son for Halloweening, I noticed somebody actually had a rainbow and a unicorn all decked out in black skeleton motif with glowing red eyes, and I thought, wow, that is an imagery I never would have thought of. But apparently, some marketer did because there it was inflated on someone's
That's
lawn in
funny.
the neighborhood. So,
That's good. Well,
yeah.
Thanksgiving's right around the corner then.
Yeah, although unfortunately, radio commercials this morning tended to be trending towards remembering the holidays and Christmas time. So, yeah, Thanksgiving just kind of gets lost
Yeah.
over. But we promise to our viewers we will acknowledge Thanksgiving. I'll have some pilgrim candles at least, or maybe a
Oh,
half a
good.
turkey drumstick with me for the videotaping for that week. So,
Good. Maybe you can put on those funky shoes with the big buckle on them or something. We can.
yeah, that's not happening.
Give a try.
'Cause then the wide shot would have to be my entire body, which I'm not really keen on anyhow. If you saw the wear and tear on my pants that I have on today, you'd just cringe again. That would make you cringe more. So, under the heading of too many details, sorry, viewers. But anyhow, for the viewers who want to be entertained even further, time for our favorite segment of the show. Time for fun with numbers.
Yay.
I have faith for you for this week, given circumstances, and you'll probably understand.
Brother,
But
I never heard you say that.
I have a nice low number for you. Yes, I always set you up with that, and then you totally like strike out at the plate. So anyhow, your number this week is 4. One,
Or,
2, 3, 4. Just 4. No percent, no dollar, just 4.
brother. Okay.
Okay? Don't have to write this one down, I trust. So, Miss Laura, is that A, the rank of China as an export destination for U.S. wheat?
Well,
Is it B, the number of CropLife 100 retailers that have appeared on all 40 years worth of rankings? Is it C, the number of barges that have actually gotten down the Mississippi River since October 15th? Or is it D, the number of wheelbarrows of leaves I transported from my backyard to the tree lawn for pickup this week? Before the snow, of course.
oh, well, I know D would be higher. Undoubtedly, you have
Yes.
more wheelbarrows outbound. than 4. I'm going with A.
You are
Right?
correct. Yeah,
You
I have to tell you because I write these questions before we get on together to do the video. When you
uh,
said you had a thing about China and exports, I'm like, uh-oh, I wonder if she saw the same thing I used to do the fun with numbers this week. You hadn't, but nonetheless, you are correct. It is A, China. Yeah, this talked about a deal that was made in early October by China for 220,000 metric tons of U.S. soft red winter wheat to be shipped to the country. And the report from USDA noted that that was the first sale of U.S. wheat to any destination since last November. So it's been almost a year. And with that purchase, uh, China will now become the number 4 destination for U.S. wheat exports during the 2022-2023 season. So,
It's great. That's good news.
yeah, and so congratulations on getting the question right. Now, for our viewers who might not know, this video is airing in early November, and we have to acknowledge a special event. So, on behalf of myself and CropLife's entire group and all of our viewers, Miss Laura, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday. So I'm
Well,
going to
no.
sing on the count of three. One, two, three. Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha
Happy
choo.
birthday to you.
Cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you.
No.
And I'm trusting that the
Yeah.
cake and lit
That's
candles that I was having FedExed overnight haven't arrived yet, but when they get there, be sure to blow them out if they haven't already burned the box to a crisp. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so much. I might have to take one of your wheelbarrows for the to hold up the cake with all these candles on it, but that's awfully sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
It's
So I
great.
hope you, and again, after this video will be airing post birthday, so I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Did something fun on, like you said, the Day of the Dead or All Souls Day,
Right.
depending on your point of view. But again, from all of us viewers, I hope you had a great birthday.
Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. Love being here.
And hopefully I didn't scare too many of our viewers away with my singing. So viewers, if you did stick around, thank you so much for doing so. On behalf of myself and everyone here at CropLife, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week. If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comments section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.